number of films and television shows he starred in, and for the wide variety of characters he played. Leonard Maltin has more for us now. Hi, Leonard.
Hi, Mary. Well, those of us who grew up watching Fred McMurray in those Disney films like The Shaggy Dog and The Absent-Minded Professor had no idea he'd been a romantic leading man in the 30s and 40s. And people who knew that Fred McMurray were just as surprised to find him playing a louse with Shirley MacLaine and Jack Lemmon in The Apartment. You know, the truth is McMurray was equally believable in all of those roles, which filled a long and satisfying career.
We've got the floor.
One of McMurray's most famous roles was that of an absent-minded professor. But before he became an actor, he played a different role in real life, saxophonist.
I was a musician, and I joined a band and went to New York. And while I was in New York, we were in a show called Roberta with Bob Hope, incidentally. And Paramount took a test of me while I was there, and they signed me, and that's the way I got started.
One of his earliest screen roles was opposite Katharine Hepburn in Alice Adams.
Will you let me take you?
You mean to the dance?
Well, that is, if you're not already dated up.
No, I'm not.
Though he became a star almost immediately, he was still being paid as a beginner until one co-star lent a helping hand.
I had done several pictures with Carol Lombard, and we were supposed to start a picture, say, next Monday. And in those days, we used to do the stills before the picture started shooting, the gallery stills. So we were in the gallery taking stills, and she said, "Fred, go to Palm Springs." So I said, "Well, we got to go to work Monday." She said, "I know, but go to Palm Springs." And I finally got what she meant. So I went to Palm Springs with my mother and scared to death because I'd heard of people doing this, and you never heard of them again. But I finally got a new contract because of Carol.
After starring in a long string of romantic comedies, he startled audiences by playing a heel in the hard-boiled Double Indemnity.
There's a speed limit in this state, Mr. Neff. 45 miles an hour.
How fast was I going, officer?
I'd say around 90.
Suppose you get down off your motorcycle and give me a ticket.
People always say, you know, they've enjoyed certain things I did, but most of them mentioned Double Indemnity as being one of their favorites that I did. So I'm happy that I did it.
But he garnered even more fans during his 12-year run on TV's My Three Sons. The youthful actors who worked with him on the show will miss him.
He embodied, I think, all the qualities that we wish all our own fathers had.
We did keep in touch. I would always write him a note, tell him I'm writing or directing or acting in something, and he would always write back.
I think he left us with a cardigan sweater and a pipe to remember him by. I think that's what he'd love to be remembered by, too.
He'll also be remembered as a devoted husband and father. Married since 1954 to actress June Haver, they were devoted to the end. My Three Sons co-star Tim Considine recalls the last time he saw them at a Hollywood tribute.
I remember sitting with my wife and watching him and June. And I said to her, "Listen, when we get to be their age, I hope we're just like them. And I hope you take care of me like June takes care of him." And I remember being warmed by how terrific they were as a couple.
And our sympathies go to June Haver McMurray today. Fred McMurray had really, I think, a remarkable career, and remarkable, too, in that it was so taken for granted. People never talked about Fred McMurray as a great actor, but when you think about it,